Hi, my name's Kevin Taylor. I'm from the Moray group. Today's short video is a little demonstration on the LSR, the LightRay spot repair system, and how to load the packer that's attached to the LightRay spot repair system. For this demonstration, I'm going to show you the 6-inch packer, and we're going to load it, place it into the pipe, turn the air on, and cue the device. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. And a little bag of tricks with a tape measure. Some people use twist ties to load the packer. Some people use elastic bands. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you the proper way, which is using a sophisticated duct tape. So, the material is a 6-inch, 20-foot long, approximately 22 inches wide, so it has an overlap of half the diameter of the pipe. So I'm going to open this and take out the material and load it onto the packer. Of course, while I'm doing this, I should mention that the one trick with the UV system is to make sure that you're doing all of this in a shaded area, because the sunlight will activate the resin before you need it to cure. So find a nice shaded spot in your truck, in your van, at the person's residence, commercial property, and then set up your operation ready. As you'll see, it comes on a roll. So we've got to find the join, take the tape off. Need my glasses. As you'll see, this comes in a material with a coating on the inside and a coating on the outside and a tape mark on the inside. The tape mark is an indicator to show you which surface should be applied to the packer and which surface should be applied to the hose pipe. On this, the blue tape is the indication that it should be going against the hose pipe surface. So we're going to cut a length, let's say, I don't know, approximately 2 feet, let's say. This is a non-VOC resin, pre-impregnated, has a shelf life of about 6 months, doesn't need any cooling, doesn't need any heating, can be stored in a normal room temperature. After you've cut your sample off, ready to do the work. It's always best to put it back in the bag. And for added security, what I recommend is you take a standard trash bag, put your material back inside there, and you can safely walk around with it in the sunlight. So get the sample of the spot repair and peel off both layers of the plastic from the glass fiber. Now what you can see is as you pull the section that's got the tape on it, there's a matted form and there's a hairy glass form. The glass form is the side you want attached to the pipe. So this would be on the outside of your packer. As you can see, because this is a pre-impregnated material, there's no residue, no runoff, no material mixing, falling on the floor, causing spills. None of that is around. And because it's slightly gelled, it's not runny and highly viscous, which means you've got a good working surface. Now with our system of the LSR, the first thing we do is ensure that the packer is under vacuum so it becomes the smallest size surface when it's going down the pipe. This way you can navigate and negotiate around the bends a lot easier because it's much smaller. The other recommendation strongly that we recommend is the use of this tire wet spray. This is a very good lubricant and helps to make sure that the packer can move down the pipe very easily. It also helps that when this is cured, it's easy to withdraw. So we literally place the patch or spot repair in the middle of the packer and work backwards. Now what you do as tight as you can is you roll the packer onto the material like a burrito and keep it as tight as you can. Okay, once you're loaded, take your twist tie I normally do 2 twists. Some people use elastic bands, but the elastic bands tend to be of different strengths, just like twist ties, I guess, but twist ties work very well. So now you're loaded, and the trick with especially the 6-inch, because it's such a large volume of material going inside the pipe, what we do is work from one end to the other with standard traditional duct tape. And we start wrapping the packer, so we're restricting the movement of air when it's getting inflated to the area centralized around the spot repair. Just a simple wrap and stop when you reach the material. And you do the same procedure on the other end. Working your way from the connector again. Until you reach the spot. What this does is it restricts the movement of air to the central position. By restricting this on the other end, this end will then receive the air. So you'll be able to watch this inside the pipe. So essentially you're ready to go with the air push rod, air power push rod. Push to where you need to go. And of course at that point you've reached your position, and now you switch to your air control and start the sequence at about 2 psi. This will take a minute to 2 minutes, and it allows the air to travel all the way down this 90 feet into the packer, being restricted at both ends and concentrating the air to where the spot repair is. Now of course, while you're out there in the field and something occurs, at this point, since you haven't turned on any curing lights, you could stop your whole operation, pull this back out of the pipe, and load it into a black bag or something and come back the next day, next week, next month. This is an operation that you can't do with any other system, because traditionally they're all an ambient cure or a spot repair system, which is an ambient mix and relies on temperature. This system relies nothing at all on temperature, just the UV lights that are inside the packer. Once they're on, then it will start the curing. So for instance, if you're down in the pipe and you're just about to do everything, you get called out on another emergency, one of your favorite customers or something, stop what you're doing, pull the device back out, stuff it in the bag, wrap it all up, go and do your emergency job, whatever that may be, and then come back and finish the job when you can. So once the air is moved down there, the packer will start to unroll, and that'll place the patch tight against the pipe wall. And at that point, when it's tight and secure, that's when you won't be able to move the device. And at that point you can move into the cure stage. And you can see now it's unrolling. See that unrolling? But then after a minute, minute and a half, when it's unrolled, sometimes you'll actually hear the tape banging in from the pipe when it snaps, and you can hear the boom, boom, boom as this tape unrolls. That gives you another indication that the device is now fully loaded, fully rolled into place, and the air is filling up the rest of the pack there. And pushing the tape aside. Of course, the other part to this demonstration that you're not seeing in the field, because right here you would have your camera watching this whole operation when you're down inside the pipe. That gives you another indication, because you can see down the pipe and you can see the expansion process working. And you're at the point where you can't push or pull the device. And now you can move to the secondary stage of the air inflation and take your pressure up to about, on the 6-inch, to about 8 psi. Again, this will take about a minute, 30 seconds. It actually takes longer to prepare the pipe, load the pipe, than it actually does to cure the spot repair. The spot repair is typically done in under 5 minutes, around 5 minutes. Now at this point, when you've got the pressure and your camera's in the pipe and you're seeing the tape roll back, it shows that the pack of material is tied against the hose pipe either side of the patch or spot repair. And at this point you could go ahead and turn on the UV lights to start the curing mechanism. The reason we're doing this demonstration today like this is to show operators what actually happens inside the pipe, and not to rush the whole sequence. You take your time, prepare it well. This is tied against that hose pipe. At this point, I could turn on the UV lights. The power comes all the way through the push hose. The lights would activate and we'll see the curing cycle start. When you turn on the UV lights, you'll notice straight away on the gauge that the lights are active because the amps are reading the current that is coming down to the UV. And of course, if your camera is in the pipe, you'll see this bright illumination of the UV lights, and that tells you that the whole system is now working, and you can set your timer to about 5 minutes. Regardless of cold water conditions, it's still a 5-minute cure because it's not a temperature activated resin system. It's all UV activated. Okay, so we've reached our 5-minute cure period. At this time, basically turn off the lights. Turn off your air pressure. Open your vacuum line. vacuum line runs at around 25 psi regulated pressure, and within a minute or two it will suck out all the air inside your packer that's down inside the pipe, and that allows you then to withdraw the device. Once you've got the device above ground, our recommendation is to re-inflate the device, clean it with a standard product called acetone, wipe it off, clean it, check for any leaks, make sure you've not damaged it for your next operation. As you can see, the patch is now in place. This is glass fiber with a UV non-VOC resin, and it's about 3 times the strength of traditional felt materials. It has a nice transition piece when it's going into the pipe, so it is unlikely to block any flow. And when you look down the pipe, you can see there's no restriction in there, so flow can't hang up, and you've now fixed the repair needed inside the pipe, whether it's caused by roots, open joint, and you've basically cured it inside 5 minutes. The whole operation can be run by one single competent person, so he's got some good common sense skills. He can install it. As I said at the beginning, the one catch is to stay out of the sunlight. So once it's out, remove the tapes, clean the device, air it up, wash it down, check to make sure that you've not caused any damage, and then you're ready for the next operation. Thank you.